Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome indeed. I'm just trying to put my blouse together. The blouse is from H&M. Do we live? Do we love? I love. Cheapy too. It was on the sales rack. You know how I am. And then this, my darling, is just a wiggy loops, which I cut. And I'm just loving this lighter here. It's just giving me some kind of fabulosity. I'm living for it. Are we just? Anyway, as you guys do, you sent me a clip of a young girl in tears. And, well, you know what? Why don't we watch the clip together?
Something. I love my kid. I fucking hate being a mom. I fucking hate being a parent. Like, I fucking hate it. And I feel bad for saying that, but like, I wish someone would have let people with BPD know that like we really shouldn't be moms. Like, having a kid is too fucking complicated. And I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to be responsible for this tiny human. I just want to be responsible for myself, and it's too late now. I didn't know parenthood was going to be like this. I didn't know I was going to be doing it all by myself with no support system, no family, no anything. I didn't know. If I would have known, I would have never done it. I would have.
God bless her. God bless her. 21 years ago, my niece was being born in Albany. I was in New York at the time. And so I took the Greyhound bus, I think, and I went all the way to Albany to see her born. It was a last-minute decision. I was thinking that perhaps I would go the following weekend, but I think I was doing a model job that had been postponed, so I could make it. And it was wonderful. She was the most beautiful baby. Peach cheeks and very pink lip. I'll never forget. My sister was there, everybody was there, families on both sides were there. It was a phenomenal time. My sister and I, at some point, decided to go downstairs. And we wanted the room to be filled with balloons. And as we were making our way back, there was a young girl in her room who had just given birth, and she was the only one there. There were no family members, there were no cards, there was absolutely nothing. It was just her and her baby. And it was so loud in a way, the stillness and the silence, that Ronke and I decided to give her some balloons. So we went in and we were like, do you mind? And she said no. And we said, we wanted to give you balloons. What did you have? And she had a girl. And for whatever reason, I was just so curious. I asked her, I said, do you have any family? And she said no. Then my sister said, but what of her dad? And she said, I'm on my own. And so we sat with her and we talked and we laughed a little bit. We saw the baby, we held the baby. And the hardest part was to get up and go back to a room full of family members. We had to be maybe 20. And I will never forget that. It was sad to see such a beautiful moment in time, and there was nobody to celebrate with her. When I had Adrian, it was the most wonderful time. I was an older mom who was very, very in tune and aware, and happily married with a husband who had taken 3 months off to stay with the new expanded family. My mother was here. Christina was here. My girlfriend Ifenwa was here. My sister, my brother, my dad was here. I had Fumi Nation, which was amazing. You threw me a baby shower. And above all else, I had postnatal care that came to visit me every 2 days for a month. And then from there, I went into the clinic every single week. They weighed Adrian, they took care of me, they wanted to know how I was breastfeeding, how I was feeling, they wanted me to know if I was okay. They sat with me in the house, they laughed with me, they showed me how to wrap Adrian, how to swaddle Adrian. Ula would take Adrian in the evenings. It was a phenomenal time. And I knew I was lucky because I had so much support. And I remember when I saw Adrian, I was like, it's you. It was you. And I got to fall in love with him. I got to know him. Because we forget that as much as we want babies, we are also getting to know those babies as they are getting to know us. Do you know that when you walk around during the day and you're with child, that the child is sleeping because you are rocking the child in your tummy? When you go to bed, that's when it moves all over the place because the baby's awake, because you're no longer rocking. And so they keep that momentum when they come out to say hello. They wake up at night. And when they cry, they're trying to tell you something. That's their only way of communication. Your life is tossed upside down. And it doesn't really matter if you're financially okay. It doesn't really matter if you have 5 sets of hands to take the baby, to hold the baby, play with the baby, rock the baby to sleep. You can wash your hair, you can get dressed, you can go out, you can go downstairs, you can tidy up, you can look at all of the presents you got. That could be one mother's life. And the other life could be this young lady's. And I empathize with her because she's not a bad person at all. She's very, very courageous to be so honest with herself, because there are women out here who feel the same way and suffer in silence. And she said, I love the little one. I do. But I regret being a mom because it's hard. It is very hard. It is the hardest job I have ever had in my entire life. And I'm an older mom. And my husband and I have the finances to take care of Adrian. We only have one baby. A good baby boy. Good little man. Lovely Adrian. We have more than enough. And yet it is hard. And I think that when we say that it's hard, people don't believe it because they see the Instagram picture, very perfect, hair in place, he looks wonderful, this, that, and the other. And so you have the ideology that, you know what, I can do this. You are not equipped yet. My advice to all of those young girls that are not really in steady relationships, because there was another issue, you sent it to me and I'll post it here, where a girl got into a fight. She is 8 months pregnant. She found her boyfriend, partner, baby daddy in bed with somebody else. The woman that he was in bed with and 2 other people beat her up pregnant and slashed her tummy while the baby father looked on. Girls, mama is trying to tell you something. If you're not in a solid relationship, don't do it. You will regret it. Do you know how many times I have heard that? Well, we're hearing it now. She regrets it. I'm not blaming her at all. I want to reach out to her and say, give me the baby. It's okay, I can film quick in the morning, and I can play with the baby, not a problem. Give her back, go and pick up Adrian. To help her, I would do it. 100%. You know, you've had one, so you can kind of understand how it goes. I gravitate naturally to children. I would take the baby from her and take care of the baby during the day so that she could get herself together and understand what's going on with her, which I just think is postpartum. I think she loves her child. She just doesn't know how to take care of the child because she did not know that it's going to take everything from her. Your time, your sleep, your money. You're going to be deprived. You're going to be neglected because you are now last. You will never be first in line. You, till the day you die, you're responsible for that child. It's a lot of work. It's even more so when you don't have support. You're not in a job where it gives you paid leave. All of the support, that is support. And I've said it many a time. In the United Kingdom, fabulous, fantastic. I will never have my child anywhere else but the UK. They take care. Maternity, I had a fabulous time. I did not announce that I was pregnant until I was 8 months. And it was the most wonderful time for myself and Ula. Good morning, my loves. How are you? Happy Wednesday. So I'm off to my prenatal class. I don't care for mornings, but this is it. Hi, my love. And when I tell you prenatal care was top notch, on top of which, because I was an older mom, when I tell you I was taken care of every other day. Fumi, can you come in? We want to check. Fumi, can you come in? We want to see how you're doing. Fumi, can you come in? Let's just do a little bit of blood work. Fumi, how are you feeling today? How are you this? How are you that? Come in. Let us just make sure that everything is fine. There was a time when Ula and I went and we wanted just to, yes, I think I was 5 months at the time, and we wanted to find out the sex of the baby. And Adrian had turned over. He wouldn't turn. And he said, go and get some hot chocolate and then come back in half an hour, and he would have turned around. And true to form, Adrian had turned around, and we were able to see that he was a boy. It was a wonderful time. It was a magical time. It was one of the happiest times of our lives. And I said to myself that every woman should feel this way when they're pregnant, and every woman should really feel this way after they've had the baby. And that is why I speak out vocally that the US of A should really change their healthcare system for children, for mothers to be. It's so important because it changes the trajectory of the kind of mother you set out to become. You need a start, a good push, and you need the support of which this wonderful young woman needs. And she was crying because I think she was crying through the tears, through the guilt. We all get mom guilt. I get mom guilt all the time. I want to spend more time with Adrian, but I've got to work, but I've got to do this, I've got to do that, you know. But an all-rounder, my life as a mom in the UK is amazing because I have the support. And I still have the support. I have the GP up the street. And I can get everything and anything for Adrian. Not a problem. His entire medical file is there from the moment that he was born. And for Ula and for myself. And it makes life easier. Because if I feel odd or I'm not myself, you still can go and talk to somebody just like this wonderful woman can. And if you hear me, young lady, you call me. You reach out to me and we will talk, because everything you're feeling is super normal. Your hormones are all over the place. You have given birth to a whole other human being. It takes some time for all of your hormones to level out and your body to heal. It's normal. What's not normal is that you don't have anybody to support you, of which you need. You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. And at any time when you think, I really can't take care of my child, give the child up for adoption. I am not about, you must have this child. No, pro-choice. It's your life. It's your choice. because you are living the life and you're doing the best that you can. And you didn't know. You didn't know. I cannot talk about what happened prior. I can only talk about now. And if that's how you feel, okay. It's better than to do anything. We're not even going to go down there. It's better. It's better to know that she's in anguish. It's better to know that she's in pain than for her to be silent and do something that she will regret. And for all of those mothers out there, speak up, speak out, and get help. Because I am telling you, from a healthy stance, from an older mother, and I have babysat, you can't ask my friends, ask Edrican, I babysat her son. All of them were my flower children at my wedding. I took care of these children and I loved every single one of them. But it's not the same for all of us. And let me go to the next chapter. Not all mothers that give birth are mothers. Like this young lady, we have to really listen to what she's saying. Maybe she really doesn't want to do it after the fact. And we cannot judge. We can only say, thank you for letting us know. And look at family members that would want to adopt, or look at adoption agencies so that we can give this child the chance that she deserves, because she's already here. For those of you that want to get pregnant casually, in a casual relationship where the guy does not care, you're not in a stable relationship. I keep on saying stable. It's not the money. Stability is what will give this child all the chance and love that it needs to become the adult that we all hope for and be proud of. If you're not in a stable marriage, you're not in a stable relationship, you don't have a stable income, you're fucked. You are. Do not look at Instagram. Don't look at other perfect families as you think that they are. That might not be the case. That might be a single mom in a marriage. It happens. Things change. Perhaps he did not want the baby. She did. She's prepared to leave this marriage with her children, come if need be. Do not look at the fantasy. Look at the reality. To raise a child is hard work. It comes with unbelievable love and joy and satisfaction. For me, Adrian is a blessing. Adrian is a blessing. Adrian turned my life around. And when you see this woman that is driven, that works hard, is because of Adrian. The steps that I have taken, the fearlessness I have taken, is because Adrian was my driving force. God bless that little boy. Thank you for coming into my life and changing it for the better, because he did. Because the woman that I am today is because of Adrian. But that is what Adrian did for me. Now let me tell you this. I would not be the mother I am today if I had had Adrian in my 20s. I was too selfish. I was too selfish. It was all about me, career, career, career. I was not mentally, emotionally there. I was not. I would not be the mother I am today to Adrian if I had had him in my 20s, if I had had him in my 30s. To be very honest, I didn't even want to get married in my 20s. I did not. It only occurred to me when I hit 29 that, okay, let me get married. But did I know what marriage was? Did I know what marriage entailed? Did I know what the sacrifices might be? I was in California. I picked up and I left. Everything, everyone, and I moved to my husband's country, to a country where I did not speak the language, to a country where I had no friends, to a country that was completely white. And when I say white, I mean snow white, blonde.
You have to restart.
Okay, stop and start for me. Hey, Ula, I love you. Ula said like this. You're a hot mess. Oh God. And so, yes, and I left everything and I was prepared. And I said, Fumi, it's not going to be easy, but I will make this marriage work. And I will do everything I have to make this marriage work. And I will love, respect, and get along with my in-laws. And Daddy Vold was the best father-in-law I could have ever wanted or needed or asked for. Because the foundation has to be set in order for you to bring another human being into this world. Because they will cry at night. Because they might be colic. The nanny will not show up when you need the nanny the most. She will disappoint you. You're the mom. You will want to go out with friends. You cannot. Sometimes he might not be around, and that was a lot. Adrian was only 6 days. Ula had to go. He had to go. He had to go to Norway. He could not turn down the job. He had turned down a couple, but the thing was that Adrian came 3 weeks early. And we thought we had time. That was how I didn't show up for my baby shower. Because he came early. He was supposed to come, I think on the 25th, 4th. Adrian came on the 7th. And so that was it. And so we were thrown into this whirlwind. And I had the collab with JUVIAS. I had to take Adrian with me. We couldn't take a nanny because we were coming to the States. That's all kinds of laws and this and that, and the time was running out. I said, Ula, we have to go ahead. Why did we get to the airport? And Ula didn't have his passport. And I was holding Adrian like this. And I said to myself, I just might have to fly this flight alone. All kinds of things. And I'll tell you here and now, I couldn't do it without Ula. Couldn't. I couldn't do it without, I'll start crying. I couldn't do it. The single mom, God bless you. That's why I give you everything. On the low, quiet, I give it to my single mom friends. It's hard. It's not a joke. And sometimes you don't want to do it. And it's not because you're a bad mom or you're a bad mother. It's because you just have no time. You have no time. You are constantly rushing. Constantly rushing. And Kim Kardashian, as much as she has full-time nannies, I'll never forget a clip. She was having an interview. I can't remember who with. But she was having an interview and she could hear her daughter crying. And she tried to refocus. And she said, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I have to go. My daughter is crying. And she got up and went to go and see. I think it was Chai, Chicago. I think it was her. And then she went to see her. The baby stopped crying. And then she came back. Motherhood is 24/7. And that's Kim, who has all the money. All the nannies. All the sisters and the cousins. That's motherhood. That is what? That is motherhood. That is the school runs. That is the school telling you, Adrian is not well. You have to pick him up and you're the other side of town. Ula and I have a code red, meaning that Adrian is not well wherever you are. You got to stop, you got to drop, you got to go pick him up. And more often than not, when Ula is not around, I stay at home in the vicinity, close to him, just in case of anything. I look at the time, all of my appointments, 11, 12. Because I know I'll be back in time to go and pick up Adrian from nursery. My life is around Adrian, not the other way around. And that is why sometimes it's delayed. That is why the bras and everything, it's still coming on. Because if I had the time, like I used to before Adrian, you'd have been wearing the bras. Because I can stay up all night and do it. I can't do that now. Because I have Adrian. Sometimes he just comes into my bed. He wants a hug. You know, he doesn't feel well. This, that, and the other. Guess what? It's 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm calculating in my head. Can I make that meeting or do I have to cancel? Let me see. Then I will text Ula. Yeah, because we don't want to wake him up. So you are reading in the night with no light. Ula, what are you doing tomorrow? Can you cover me for this? Can we this or whatever? Ula, sometimes we say yes. Ula, we say no, Fumi, because we remember we got this. And I'm like, yeah, oh God, yes we do. I have to cancel, I have to postpone. I postponed a meeting 4 times in a row, to the point that she said, Fumi, you know what? Let's have a virtual meeting. Majority of my meetings, that's exactly what they are. Motherhood is no joke. Motherhood is what? No joke. And guess what? I don't need too much time. Sleep, I can do 4 hours. A lot of you say, for me, but you know what? You should sleep 8 hours. Ask any mother whether she sleeps 8 hours. Just ask her and hear the answer. No, can do. You got a child that needs you more than you need yourself. I do my makeup on the go. That's why I say, you know what, for me, get the wigs. Yes. You know what, for me, I don't even gain that much weight because I really just don't have the time. I grab and go, or I grab what I'm giving Adrian. Healthy food, healthy snacks, running there, running back. Motherhood is no joke. Don't do it to think it's cute. Don't do it to trap him. Don't do it to think, let me have a baby by him, because you're going to end up doing it by itself. Do you remember one episode that I did? She held the baby like this and she was jumping on the side of the car and the guy wanted to move away. And I know she was heartbroken because she said, you're going to leave me here with this baby. Don't do it. Talk to your partner. Get married. Get married. Have a foundation. Earn money. Make your own money. Have your own tribe of sisters. You don't think I'm in a WhatsApp group? I'm in a WhatsApp group of moms. Yes. And you know what happened? There was a time when I had to go to a meeting. My beautiful, beautiful Catherine, gorgeous, she's Italian. She said, Fumi, go to the meeting. I'm sending my nanny to you right now. The nanny came and took care of Adrian while I went for the meeting. You need your tribe. And this is me here. Ula wasn't around. And it was a make-up break because it had to do with the brand. And I had to go. I had cancelled like 3 times. And they were going back because they're not from this country. I just want to tell you what it is behind the scenes here. And my sister doesn't live in this country. Neither does my brother. Neither does my family. Neither does Ula's family. We're here on our own. And we rely heavily, heavily on group support. I kid you no lie. And I'm up here and I upload for you guys. And I try to do the best that I can. And I admire myself. I'm like, Fumi! It's amazing what you could have done. If you were single, you can work these hours. Why didn't you do all of this when you were younger? When you were single, why didn't you do all of this? Here I am. I've got a husband, I've got a son, I've got a family, I've got responsibilities of which I cannot. It's not negotiable. Adrian and Ula are non-negotiable. You got to do your part. And every day is a step and repeat. Whether I'm sick, whether I've got a headache, whether I don't feel like it, whether I got other things I would like to do, whether I want to sit down and look at what other influencers are doing, what other jobs they've got, what other opportunities they've got. You think I don't look? Yes, I do. And I'm like, for me. And I said, you know what? Just keep on going. Keep on hustling. Christina and I were here one day when we were looking at an influencer. I'm not going to mention her name. And she had done this, or whatever. And Christina and I were like, oh, look. Oh, she has all of that time. Oh, yes. It wasn't what she had achieved. It was that she had the time to achieve it. Because we as mothers, our time is limited. Because you've got bedtime. Because you've got dinner time. Because you've got breakfast time. Because on Saturdays, you've got laundry. You've got errands to run. You bring them with you. You have the nanny. You're so happy to the nanny. I love my nanny. Monica, I love Monica. I love Monica more than Ula sometimes. Because I need Monica. Yes. It's a tough job. And it takes a village. It is a tough job. It is a tough job. And it is a step and repeat every single day. And I'm coming from the stance of a wonderful, happy, loving relationship. Love my Ula Kins. I love him so much. He's my best friend. And Ula is hands-on. Ula puts Adrian to bed every single night. Every single night. And it allows me to have just my moment. Every single night. He's a wonderful father, and he has more patience than I. And I have my beautiful nanny, Monica, on the weekends. And Monica is fantastic. Fantastic. Still hard. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you what? I'll see you guys sooner than later. All of my love.